Well, of course, as everyone always knows, every game begins with a coin toss. Let's get it on. All right, so here we are with the coin toss, and the first item up for talking. Wow, the Jets, as you know, lost Brees Hall on Sunday, which was a very big injury. That young man was having a fantastic season so far. But the Jets said, never fear, next man up, and we're going to go get him. They trade with the Jaguars for a conditional 6th-round pick, which could possibly turn to a 5th round, for James Robinson. Guys, I'll go with Handy. I'll go with you first. What do we think about this? James Robinson to the Jets. Give me your thoughts.
Me not really being the guy that follows the Jaguars, I'm like, I'm gonna have to wait and see. But if Mr. I Want the Smoke is excited about it, then I'm excited about it. That's all I can say. Look, if Nick is excited about it,
Well.
Nick would say, I'm waiting for Nick to say, and once again, my friend. But yes, if Nick is excited about it, I'm excited about it. But I mean, Brees Hall, God, huge loss. I saw that when that happened, and I went, "Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
That's really gonna hurt." So
Yeah.
we shall. It remains to be seen because we've seen a lot of situations where it should be a plug and play, like when the Rams went and got Todd Gurley, and yeah. So we'll see. We shall see. Now we just hope that
that's a good point.
Yeah, we just hope that Mr. Robinson has healthy knees. That was Todd Gurley's biggest thing. He tore both his knees up before he even got in the league. So anyway,
yeah. That's true. No, that is very true. His college days were not great for him either. His knees took a beating then. Delilah, what do you think about this trade? You have any thoughts on that?
Sorry, I was making sure I was unmuted. No, I think that it proves that the Jets aren't playing around. And I feel like that's what happens when you change the atmosphere, right? Because they cleaned house. We know that. Like they were like bringing everybody at the top, fresh coach, fresh everybody. And you could tell already a huge difference, right? Because the Jets of the past, we knew, would not have reacted this quickly. They probably would have waited a couple of days. Oh, let's see, right? A couple of games to see who they could put in. But they were like, no, we're not even going to do that, right? So I think it's a solid pickup. I understand like his knee injuries, right? He's got like some knee problems. But I also hear that he's solid. I know that you like to root for the Illinois boys because he's based, he's from like Rockford, whatever, like universities out there. So he's a local kid too. And I know Nick, you like Rudy for the local boys.
Oh, sure. Who doesn't?
So no, but I think it does prove that point, right? They said, you know what, we're gonna see what's best available, that they don't have to give up too much, right? Because they didn't have to give up a lot. It's a 6th, maybe a 5th. So it's not like they're giving up a multiple round picks for this guy. So
correct.
I think it's solid. And I think it does show that the Jets are serious about winning. So
my biggest thing was that you have Michael Carter there, and I thought maybe he'd get more reps at first, but the Robinson pairing does make sense, especially he was kind of a little, given what Travis Etienne has done in Jacksonville, he wasn't getting as much time anyways. And so I think there's an opportunity now to split with him and Michael Carter. The Jets now have a nice duo back there, running back, even though, Brees was, like I said, was the main guy. But now you've got a 2-headed monster back there. I think it'd be very successful for you. And given the season you're having, the 5-2 Jets, they're rolling along. So good for them. James Robinson found a new home, and we'll see what he does in the Jets uniform. Moving on a little bit now, we're going to move to quarterbacks. We all know everybody's favorite topic to talk about, right? Everybody loves a good quarterback. But as you know, there were some quarterbacks that changed teams this year that were supposed to help improve some of these teams, right? We saw Carson Wentz go to the Commanders, right? We saw Mariota go to the Falcons. We saw Matt Ryan go to the Colts. These are just 3 examples. And when I look at these three examples, 2 of the 3 aren't starting this week because we know Carson got injured, so Taylor Heinicke is taken back over. We know that Matt Ryan has been benched for rookie Sam Ehlinger, and then again Mariota should start this week. Hello, David Wright. How are you, guys? Delilah, I'll start with you. These guys were supposed to come in and help these franchises. What is going on over here? Talk to me.
Okay. To be fair, it seems like out of the 3, Carson is kind of doing better even though
Sure.
he's injured, like just saying, I was reading that stat how when he beat us, like he hasn't lost at the Thursday night football game. He's 7-0
Yeah.
or something like that. So
No,
I'm
this is
gonna
a shot. Thank you, Delilah. Yeah.
I'm gonna give him his due, right? Whatever, regardless of the three
Right.
so far. It seems to be okay. I think to me the most depressing is Matty Ice, in my opinion, because it's just been really brutal watching who we used to call Matty Ice, and now he's gonna lose that nickname if he don't get out of there. Like
He's
I
it's
think he's
just
already lost.
looking more like Matty Slushy.
that's what I'm saying. So it's like he just yeah, it's honestly, it really is time for him to hang it up. Honestly, like it's kind of sad and brutal to watch that because we know that he had a great, you know what I mean? Like he really could get the job done, but now it's just not. And it's, it's time to go, you know.
Yeah. No, I get it. I mean,
Yeah,
it's sad, like I said, sad to see, but you're just like, man, what? Because like, what else? Where else could he go at this point? Like, he's had, he had the one good game where he threw like for 300 something yards and a couple touchdowns and all that, and then now he's being benched for Sam Ellinger. So what do you do now, Handy? I'm going to ask you because you are a dirty bird. You're a Falcons fan. Uh, Mariota, your boy. I mean, you're 3-4. Technically, you're in second place in your division because Panthers and Saints are 2-5. So you're not, and then so are the Buccaneers. So you're technically right there in the hunt in your division. Do you ride Mariota, or is it Desmond Ritter time? What do you think?
To be completely honest, I am happy that the Falcons are where they are right now because I didn't think they would be this good at this point. I mean, there were a lot of bright spots to point to, but being a Falcons fan, I'm used to looking at, I mean, look at the squad that went to the Super Bowl in 2018.
Yeah.
I think it was 51 that just rolled over and asked for a belly rub while Tom and the boys played pitch and catch in the second half.
Right.
So I was used to it. So for me to see the Falcons where they are right now, to see the Falcons have something that they have not had in them for ages, which is fight.
Okay.
That for me, I'm all for that. If Mariota is the guy that's bringing that to the table and he's rallying the troops, especially on offense, I'm 100% behind it. Do I think it's a long-term fix? No, I think it's a good patch. But
right.
Yeah, I mean, and David says exactly what I was getting ready to say. Until they get some things solidified on, I mean, the offensive line is okay, but until they get that offensive line right, they're not going to have another gunslinger back there for a while. And to touch on Delilah, what you had to say, I wanted for Matty Ice to do well. I really did. Part of me, I get to that, Nicole. Shush. Everybody want to throw the catchphrases out there before I get to them. Y'all calm down, boo boo. Don't make me come out of myself. Okay, I'm back. I'm trying to keep them short.
Sure.
I wanted Matty Ice to do well. I wanted to see him maybe go somewhere and prosper outside of Atlanta. I know that Indy is right now kind of is dysfunctional in many different ways. They have some good spotlight players that are bright spots, but and to see what's going on with him it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart to see it, but then you think about it. He's been in the league for quite some time. It's been 12, 13 years since he had that MVP season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, by the way, when the Falcons are concerned, we want the South. We want the South. SOUPH. We want all of it. We'll even claim Kentucky too as part of the South if y'all will let us have it. Because I hear tell they got some good fried chicken with a secret recipe. I'm done.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. You guys are hilarious.
Thank you.
But see, personally, right? Nicole did apologize. It's all good. It's all good, Nicole. We appreciate you guys watching. My thing is, I actually, and I know Sean and Will and everybody the I was calling them Redskins. See, Commanders fan. I haven't been a big fan of Carson Wentz the last few years. I think I've made that pretty known on here. And so actually I was like, oh, Taylor Heinicke's coming back. That might actually do something. And, well, he did beat the Packers last week, did he not? So hopefully Tyler, whatever the kid's name is, Heineken, whatever that kid's name is. But I honestly think that he's a little better fit for this Washington offense. And, yeah, I think, again, I don't hate the Commanders except for when they play the Bears. And, we all know what a cheap victory that was. I mean, we lost. I'll admit it. Okay, fine. But, going forward, I think Heineke's the guy. And I did say Wentz would be up by week 7. And sure enough, look at that. Prognosticator me. Look at me. I see. Once in a while, I get it good. Once in a while, I get it right, folks. Even the sun shines on the dog's behind every now and again.
Oh,
so there
my
you
gosh.
go. Yeah. So, anyways, and that's enough of that particular quarterback talk for now. But there is one more place where there could possibly be now a quarterback controversy. For those of you watching Monday Night Football last night, you saw Mac Jones come back from his ankle injury, start the game, play exactly 3 series, throw an interception, and then get benched for the rest of the game. And replaced, of course, with the gentleman who was 2-0 in the previous 2 weeks, Mr. Bailey Zappi. But if you listen to Mr. Belichick talk, that was always the plan. And getting benched after the 3rd series was not a punishment for throwing the interception. And no, he doesn't want to answer any more questions because, as in true Belichick fashion, he always answers with 1 word generally or 2 words whenever he's asked a question. But I'll ask you guys, because that's what we do here. Delilah, Bailey Zappi or Mac Jones? What does Belichick do going forward?
Bailey Zappi. I will say what I've always said, that last year was a fluke. Mac Jones wasn't that great. He was better than the rookies who started. But if you looked at those games, Bill Belichick won those games with his defense and running the ball. Like every single game that they won, it was because Bill Belichick was like, I'm not going to let you pass too much. He really didn't let Mac Jones pass too much. He ran the ball mostly, and he always made sure his defense went back into the game to get the ball back, right? So to me, those games were won because of Bill being smart. And basically, yeah, see? So, like, to me, he thought Mac Jones was the answer, but then he got this kid, and he, to me, fits more that Bill Belichick mold. He went out there and got 2 wins pretty quickly. Even though he lost to the Bears, he was the only one who actually went out there put up points, right? He had his first, as soon as he went out there, he got a touchdown. Then he capitalized on a dumb interception, right? He had a drive that got a rushing touchdown out of it. So, I do feel that comparing the 2 quarterbacks, he does fit more of that Bill Belichick mold. That's my opinion.
Oh, no problem. Handy, what say you, my friend?
Well, it's like Delilah said, a lot of people thought that Mac Jones was the answer when he turned out to be more of the question. And I mean, Delilah touched on the whole bunch of talking points that I was going to get to. Like, I don't know if you paid attention last year when Mac Jones was doing his thing. If you go back and watch whole games, if you had a chance to watch whole games, you see that he did make some contributions, but he wasn't carrying the team on his back. But if you're watching the 4-letter, if you're watching Fox, if you're watching NFL Today, they it's like, hey, there's Mac Jones dropping back and dipping the tackler and going in for the touchdown or throwing for 3. Like, and that might be his sole highlight of the game, but they make it seem like that was the thing that was him leading the Patriots into the playoffs. Right. I mean, between me, you, and the fence post, I will say this. I want to give some props, a shout out to our boy producer Sean back behind the scenes doing his thing. When I first started doing this thing with you guys, I think it was last year when I started coming around and being part of the shows. Producer Sean has an eye for certain things, and he told me to look out for this guy named Bailey Zappi. I had never heard of him. I said, where does he play? In Western Kentucky?
Right, Western Kentucky.
Like in Western Kentucky, where like the people from there say they from the eastern side of Tennessee because they don't want to be called from Kentucky. And I know that geography's wrong, but I said that just for comic effect. But after I started following the kid, and he's like, watch this guy. You watch this guy. I'm telling you, sometimes it's about the little guy. What's that Sean say? He might be small, he might be playing in a small school, but the race. You know, that whole thing, right? Insert the rest of Sean's famous quote here.
Sure.
But producer
the race
Sean
is not given to the swift, but to the we know it all.
The battle to the strong, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But he was right on point with it. He was on point with it. See, dude, Sean, if they ever
that's a monster stat. Wow.
You need to find the producers of the Peyton Manning trivia show and see if you can get on there with all that sports knowledge you got up there.
Oh my God, I would love to see him on the Manning shows. I love their show.
So yeah, with all that sports,
they're more entertaining than Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. That's for
heck
sure.
yeah.
So for sure. But he turned me on to Bailey Zappi, and Zappi is the real deal. Now he's gonna make some rookie mistakes. He's made some rookie mistakes, but what rookies don't. I definitely see him as being more polished as a quarterback, as a rookie than Mac Jones is, and this is his sophomore season now, I believe it is.
Yeah, correct, Amundo.
I think in terms of long term, that's not to say Mac Jones can't be a good quarterback somewhere. I don't think New England is a spot for him. That's just
not fair enough.
You know, if you're asking me which one I'm gonna pick, give me the kid with the name that almost sound like the shoes. Give me the Zappy guy.
There you go. Sounds good. Well, Bill Belichick definitely has a decision to make, ladies and gentlemen. So we will definitely stay tuned to see what happens there.
Thanks for watching. If you like that clip, be sure to check out the other great content from the Let's Talk Football community. And as always, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when more great content like this becomes available.